do this. Delta Tango Mike here with another Thriving Artist Our Life Short. Today is February 10th, and I want to talk about one thing only. Well, you know, it turns into a bunch of things. Today, I want you to focus on let's do let's say it correctly. Stop wanting and more doing. And when I say stop wanting, we got to stop saying I want. All right? I know we should want something, but when we say I want, we're kind of getting into a murky definition of what want means. All right? So when I say I want something, and say DTM, when DTM says I want to work on a children's book, I've actually sat down, did the work, figured out my process, figured out my software, figured out the story, figured out the pages, worked on it, and I got two children's books, actually an ABC book and a coloring book out already. And in the coloring book, I actually worked on it live on Behance the whole time. I think it's around 30 hours where I sat down and I live streamed the whole process, everything from the beginning of the sketch till the end of the PDF, exporting the PDF for the book to publish online. And so when I say I want, it's because my definition of I want, I'm ready to sit down, put my head down, forget socializing, forget spending time doing things outside of art. If it's either sleep, work, and then drawing. That's it. That's what happens when I say I want. A lot of people, and I'm talking to you emerging artists, get caught up in that I want to be an animator, I want to be a children's book writer, I want to be a comic book artist, I want to be a game designer, and then we start talking about the process of what it's going to take to get there, which is very possible. It is within your reach, and you have the power to do it. But once we start talking about the details of what it's going to take to get there, then there's this different face and attitude that overcomes. And it's happened to me. None of us are immune. And reality is that some people, when we say I want, we're really saying, you know, I want to be an animator. And what we're really saying is I want someone to come and grab me at my house, take me into an animation studio and say, here you go, let's go ahead and do some animation. Without having proven myself, without having the animation in my portfolio, without having the work, without having understood the process that it takes. Or maybe we say, I want to be a comic book artist, and we're really saying, I want to be on the stage, and people say, hey, that was a great comic book you did there. But where's that in between part? Where is the part where you start now, right? Start now 2020, and then work your steps through to get to that point where you have something completed that's in the public, and then you get that feedback for the good work that you did. That's why I say we need to stop with this want, all right? Stop wanting, which is another way. Well, let me tell you this first version. Stop wanting, start doing. And what we used to say back in the day is stop talking, less talking and more walking. Or less talking, more sidewalk talking. Or less talking and more doing. At the end of the day, it's about doing. And we have to say, I am doing. I am working on. This is what's happening right now. Start putting that attitude into your voice, into your thoughts, into your writings. Start getting those things that are in your head out into a piece of paper, into a notebook, into a to-do list. Here's my to-do list, and there's some things missing here that need to come on. And start working on that thing that it is that you say you want. We have to get past that mental block where we keep saying I want, but we're not prepared for that opportunity when it shows up. The more we say we want something, the more it gets out into the world, and then the opportunities are going to slap you in the face and you're not going to be ready for it. I want you to be ready. I want you to start on those steps right now, so that when you're talking to people and they're like, so say, Dan, so what do you want out of your art career right now? Well, in 2020, I want to work on a couple of children's books that with a major publisher with an amazing story, an amazing writer, and let them get published, and let the world see my work in an amazing story. Okay, well, what have you done to prepare yourself for that? I got a couple of books right now online. You can buy them right now. I drew them from beginning to end. There is the Motivation Alphabet with Mr. E, the Motivator. And then I have my ABC Art Life, the Art Life ABC coloring book. And I'm working right now on another story that is, I'm not going to tell you yet the name. It's in progress. And then I have another backup story ready to go. So as soon as you find me a new client, we'll talk about when they go on the schedule and on the calendar, and I'm ready to do it. You want to see proof of my work? It's on Behance right now. Go to behance.com/The Creative Genius. That's how you want to be ready to respond after you have said what you want, and somebody's like, okay, well, what you got? Because I have a client waiting for that. Or, you know what? I got $1 million burning in my pocket. I just met you on the train right now, and I've been thinking about these stories in my head, and I got written some of them out. Can you read the story and tell me how much you're going to charge? Like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. So less talking, all right? Less wanting and more doing. That's the words for today. I am Delta Tango Mike. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon. Delta Tango Mike. That is the name of my website also. And then check me out on Behance and LinkedIn, The Creative Genius. All right, send me your questions. Let me know what is bothering you, what are the issues that you're facing in this art life, in the creative business, and I will try to touch on it one of these days. All right, this is a Thriving Artist Art Life Short. Hashtag start now. Peace.